I think the number one thing you're gonna get at a Pandora production is heart.
They can expect to see a lot of love.
From the minute you come off that elevator, you know that you're welcomed and supposed to be there.
And then as you walk through and you experience the art, you're gonna have a lot of laughs. You may have some tears.
They can expect to have fun.
Top-notch production.
Masterful artists.
Every actor pulls their weight.
They're always thought-provoking. Anytime you're gonna be at Pandora, you're gonna think.
You'll be challenged.
It may cause you to see yourself on stage.
Somebody's thought process is going to be shifted or at least challenged when you come to a Pandora show.
Ultimately, to me, art is about helping us live our most authentic lives. It's also about walking away and feeling entertained, and Pandora does all of that.
There's always this through line of love and passion, and it's in every show that they do. And that trickles down from Michael, honestly.
When I took over the company, I didn't really know what I wanted to do with Pandora. I knew that I wanted to do theater that made a difference, that had some social relevance to it, but I thought of that broadly. I had a group of advisors around me at the time, and one of them said to me, "Michael, Pandora has only produced LGBTQ-themed productions. She clearly wants to be an LGBTQ plus theater company." That advisor, I think, was totally right. That is what Pandora wanted to be, and once we made that decision, there was really no stopping her. I think the most important thing that Pandora brings is visibility. We're not just hairdressers and designers. We're not all the stereotypes. We are your neighbors. And the more we have conversations about who we are, I think the more accepting people will be of that community, our community.
One thing that I love about Pandora is that they've always stuck to their mission statement.
It's so rare, I think, in a local theater community to find consistent quality work and clear value and importance.
The fact that Pandora has been able to exist in its current form the way it has for so long really is a testament to the hard work of not just Michael, but the entire Pandora team.
We always had a desire to create a space where everyone was welcome and everybody could be who they are in our space. We have done that by design. I have to say I'm really proud of that.
I was told many times in high school and college in New York that you're gonna have to butch it up if you want to work. It wasn't until I worked for Michael and Pandora that I was actually able to play a character that was queer. To have a theater company where I have over and over been given the chance to strip away any kind of artifice and really be authentic was a liberating experience for me.
Before I ever started coming to Pandora, I would see advertisements for shows, but inside I was so deeply closeted that I didn't want people to even see me reading an advertisement in the paper. And then when I came out, the very first time I came to a Pandora show, I remember walking in and just looking around at the crowd and thinking, this is my family. That was kind of an icebreaker for me at that time, to be able to walk into a place where I felt at home. And for once, I wasn't the alien in the audience.
It's a space where, as queer people, we feel warm and welcome because it's our stories, but it's also a safe place to bring family members or loved ones, to have someone see a new perspective that kind of lends into the queer world, and that's just really important and really powerful.
Pandora has done a great job of bringing our Louisville theater scene together. There are some shows you may see people who've never been in a show before.
Michael's been very fortunate to me to give me opportunities of roles that I thought I would never be able to play. I didn't actually believe in myself, but he saw something in me. One show in particular that we did was Cabaret. I got to play the lead, Sally Bowles. I know that I wouldn't have been able to get that opportunity if it wasn't for Michael. I hope that I have helped Pandora grow. By far, they have helped me grow more.
They've also prioritized not only stories of color, not only actors of color, but also designers of color, directors of color, stage managers. So hopefully Pandora will continue to do the great job that they are doing with bringing even more marginalized people to the table.
Last summer, I had the privilege of being in Southern Comfort with Pandora. It was a real story about a group of transgender individuals. We had a lot of subscribers and friends, tell us, that really moved me. I never thought about why pronouns are so important. I never thought about what that must be like to go to the doctor or try to enter a romantic relationship. It's good for healing as actors, but also seeing other people's stories.
We have a robust 5-year strategic plan, and one of the things that we'd like to accomplish is an education program. I think it's really important that young queer people, I don't want them to go through any of the heartache or trauma that I went through. We're still bullied, we're still marginalized. So as long as that's happening, there's time for stories. So I'm excited about that program. I also hope that we'll do more devised work and writing our own pieces. I think that's the way of the future for us. I'm excited for the next 25 years, and the only way that we'll make any of those things happen are through the generous donations of our patrons and our sponsors.
I think every dollar that you donate is helping someone in this community. It's helping an actor or a set designer, because we pay our artists.
A lot of us do this out of the love of community theater and being on stage, and so the donations greatly help keep us going.
To bring together, again, not just diversity in race, but diversity in experience, diversity in their backgrounds, that is something worth supporting.
In a thriving arts community like Louisville, Pandora is a leader. It is a company that is deserving of support and will give back tenfold.
There's no other theater group like it in Louisville. They spend the money wisely. They work very hard. I just keep getting this feeling of you matter at Pandora. That's why you should give. That's why I give.
The stories are worth telling because it is a story that maybe has not been told before. I think that's where there's value to the broader community.
I think theater is powerful because you get someone else's perspective, or you approach something from a way you'd never thought to. Louisville needs spaces like this. We need to hear queer stories relevant to a queer person or someone that knows and loves a queer person. It's provocative theater that makes you think differently. So, a good show.
We had a consultant. She came to see one of our shows, and afterwards she said to me, "Michael, I've worked in theater for 50 years, but your company is different. People come into your theater because they're coming home. They're coming to a place where they know that they're not going to be judged, to be with friends, and they're coming to be with people who are like them, even if they don't know them." And she said, that's really refreshing. And really, of all the things that we've accomplished, and we've done some great shows, but I think the thing I'm most proud of is that we have created a community and a family. And I'm really glad that people talk about that and that that's a thing for them. Because, what else is there, really? It's just family.